Hey, what's up guys? My name's Royce. Thanks for tuning in, and today we're going to talk about the super delicious, awesome update that was iOS 13, but more specifically, the iPadOS update to iOS 13. I don't know if it's a separate thing now. The iPad has its own software, but it's technically still iOS. They just gave it a new name. But regardless, it's called iPadOS, and I'm just here to talk about the one thing, the one thing that we all care about when it comes to the iPad, and that's connecting hard drives. Connecting hard drives to the iPad. That's right, in this new update, you can connect hard drives to the iPad. Crazy concept, right? Crazy. Who would want to connect hard drives with all your media and your storage to your iPad, which is what you use for your data and browsing and media collection nowadays? Who would want to do that? I don't know. Apparently Apple realized everybody, so here we are. We finally got it, and so now we're going to test it to see how it all works, because iPadOS and iOS 13, it's not out yet. Beta just came out. They just announced it yesterday, and the software won't officially come out until the fall when the new phones and iPads come out and they all bundle it together. So until then, we're pretty much just testing this out to see how it actually works. So let's get into it. So as you can see, I have a variety of drives here. I'll list all the drive info in the comments below for people who are interested in knowing all the details and stuff and the specs. But for the video, I just kind of want to jump in and just show you guys how it all works, just to, make it all run smoother. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to try connecting a SD card, the Sandisk Extreme Pro SD card, with the Anchor SD card USB-C reader. So we're going to plug that in and see what happens. So let's do it. But I guess before I do that, I should point out, this is, as you can see, the new layout for iPadOS. Icons are a lot smaller. We got our widgets here on the left side. Dock's still pretty much the same, but yeah, icons are a lot smaller, and the first time I installed it, it really took me a minute to kind of adjust, but now that I have, I really like it. It gives you a lot more room to put all this stuff in there. But enough of that. I'll explain that in another video. We're talking about drives, hard drives, thumb drives, pinky drives. Alright, so let's plug this in. And as you can see here, nothing pops up automatically. So if you plugged in an SD card in your phone or your iPad in the past, it would automatically pop up the Photos app if it was compatible. And your only option was to import everything into the Photos app and then transfer that to whatever app you wanted to use. Now, as you can see here, nothing is happening. But if we click on the Files app, we'll do that there. We can now see on the left here, there is this thing called Untitled USB drive. Bam! So now the drives can be read directly into the Files app, which we all saw coming because once they updated the Files app, I think it was 2 software updates ago, I forget. But once they upgraded to this new format, this file system, and got and steered away from the whole iCloud thing and went to iCloud Drive, we knew this was coming. It was just a matter of when. So now it's here. So if we click on this, we can now see our content. So I have 2 folders here, photo and video. I click on photo. You can see these amazing photos I have of myself because I'm beautiful. If we click on that, we can actually go through, and so you see me here working, looking like a boss. Yeah, as you can see here, you can see stuff on the drives, and of course it's SD card, so we know that's already been possible before, so it's not too shocking. If we click on the videos, we can see we got video clips here. This is from my AirPods review when the AirPods 2 came out. So you can see you can preview them here.
Funny story. It's pretty much the same as this guy.
You can skim, all this stuff. Everything you would expect to be able to do when plugging in a drive to your computer. So none of that should be shocking, but it's just great that you can do that here. But a few additional things you can do. If you look at the top right over here, we see some little things here. So of course we know the share sheet over there, but if we click on this first thing, it's a square with an arrow, I don't even know what to call it, you can actually rotate your videos straight within the Files app. So that's actually pretty cool. And then this, you can trim your video files, all that stuff here. See, I actually didn't show for the photos. If we go here, click on a photo here, you can actually mark up straight from the app itself. So you can draw, do all this stuff, and then where is the tool should actually be popping up too. The other markup tools should be popping up, but they're not right now, so another beta problem. Also too, here on the left, right before the done button, if you click that, you can quickly jump to a different photo like that. Quickly navigate. So that's kind of a quick look as to an SD card that's been plugged in. We got a weird file here that apparently is duplicating stuff from what's happening, but you know, problems, you expect this. So now let's eject it. Now, from what I can see, I don't think there is a dedicated eject button anywhere, at least that I know of. If somebody else who has the beta on there can figure it out, please let me know, but I don't think there is, so the only option is just to unplug it, just like that. But I think everything's cool, so now let's move on to actual hard drive. All right, so this is the G Drive Mobile from G Technology. We'll go ahead and plug this in and just wait for this beautifulness that's about to occur any second. All right, cool. So you see Rose Drive, click on it, bam, I got all my folders here. Unfortunately, the media that's on here was all shot in ProRes, the stuff that I was doing, and the iPad still can't recognize ProRes files, which Apple, iOS 14, come on, make it happen. So yeah, so unfortunately I can't actually play it, but you know, I can look at that, which is cool, I guess. Well, actually, before I go any further, there's a different viewing option, which for the laptop fans will be recognizable. So now I can do this, so I'll just go back to here, bam. So if this was actually a, you know, previewable file, you would actually see the preview here. You see you can open it. It's got some more information on here, the dimensions, duration, size, kind of movie created. You can add tags right from here. You can do the rotate and crop, and then with the 3 dots you can share it, copy, move it, all that good stuff. So this is a view that I am actually really excited about because this is the view I use all the time when navigating my drives. So since this drive's been used for more professional work, a lot of the files on here can't even preview. So what I do want to show is though how you can create a file on the drive from the iPad and then copy stuff from the iPad onto the drive. So let's do that. iPad. No, proper spelling matters. Why are you capitalizing? Whatever. There we go. iPad files. All right, now let's go to iCloud Drive. Let's go to Pages. Got a bunch of blanks. Let's just copy some of these blanks on here. So blank, 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 blank. And let's go to Move. And we will go to Rose Drive, iPad Files, copy. Oh, something I also noticed too, what's new is you can actually create a new file from this window when moving files. You couldn't do that before, so that's actually awesome. Good to know. And the operation couldn't be completed. All right then. I wonder if, oh, well, 2 of them came over. So copied 2 over. The other ones, I don't know. There might have been an issue downloading from iCloud, and then once it got downloaded, then moving it onto the drive. So there's a lot of things to consider. 2 of them came over, and again, too, we don't know how much of it is a beta problem. One thing I do want to share now, speaking of Pages, is what you could do, which is pretty cool, is you can open the Pages app, and from there, see my drive's already selected, iPad files, I can now create a Pages document straight from the drive, so right onto the drive. So now I can create it, work on it, right on the drive. It's saved there. So when I move it to my laptop, yeah, I'm very deep with my words. I can start off right from where I was. If I don't want to upload to iCloud, if I want to have it on a dedicated drive, I can have that on there, plug it into my laptop, and continue from there or from another computer, which is really cool. And that should be the same with all the other integrated Apple applications, at least from the beginning, and then I'm sure all the other third-party applications will have that support. Another thing I want to show you real quick, which shouldn't be too surprising, is how you can easily drag and drop, say, like photos or videos from your Photos app. So if we go out of here, go to Photos, go to Lightroom Videos, yeah, video, I don't know, we'll do that. And then slide over, should be able to select, I want to select all those, do that here, let's see how that works. That can work. Nice. Cool. And now it's dragging everything over. No! Communicate with helper application. Try your operation again if that fails. Okay. So, well, I don't know. It looks like almost we got to this one right here. And that's when things failed. So, again, we'll see if this smooths out the closer we get to the official launch. So, again, this is just the first beta. And now, just for fun, I'm just going to plug up these other drives that I have here just so you guys can see that they work. So, now I'm going to plug in my LaCie Rugged drive. And I'm noticing with some of these drives, okay, there it comes up, that it takes a little bit longer than others. Probably maybe just because of the power that it takes. But yep, there we go. So we got all these files here. And so let's take that out. Man, worried just unplugging it like that. Huh. Luckily I have everything backed up. Pro editing tip, back everything up on a separate drive. Do it. Now I'll try out my Rugged Ray Pro. Now this one has an SD card reader built into it, so I'm actually curious to see if I can have both going at the same time. So let's see. Popping up, popping up, popping up. Oh no. It's interesting. My Rugged Pro is not coming up at all. Yeah, I don't even hear it spinning. This one also has an AC plug in it, so I wonder if I would have to plug this one up to a power source, because this one's probably wants to draw too much power for the iPad. Good to know. So even though this is a smaller form factor, this is still asking for too much power, it looks like, than the iPad Pro can give out. So sorry, man. Apparently that's not going to work, and I can't for the life of me remember where the plug is. So we'll just chuck that one up to a loss. All right, and then finally, is it on? Yep, it's on. My bigger G drive here, which requires power, additional power. And then we'll plug that in. So this shouldn't be a problem, but you know, you never know. So let's check out. So right away, I already hear the gears turning. It's moving. So we should see it pop up. Aha, there we go. So this one did pop up. So if a drive does need additional power, it'll work still. So that's good to know. And yes, got all the files, all the files. See if they can be played. Yep.
Too cool for anything.
Nice. Cool. And the little bit you just saw was from a short film that I shot called The Girl with No Brain that I wrote and directed. You know, I'm just plugging myself right now. Is what I do. So, you know, click up there. Go watch it. Go watch it if you're into sci-fis and dramas and psychological mind things. All right, and so, yeah, as you can see, other than the Rugged Pro, all these drives worked. And again, though not perfect, you can copy, drag and drop, create folders, create documents right onto the drive directly itself. And I'm sure you'll be able to do that with other apps too once they all support it. But yeah, one more thing I want to do is just kind of show an example of how this can be really beneficial for those who edit, whether it be photos or videos on the iPad, on the go, like I do. So for that, I'm going to use my SD card again. We're just going to plug this up, and I'm going to show you how this can be really helpful if you use either Lightroom or the video editing app, Luma Fusion. All right, so it's got my drive pulled up here, and what I'll do is I'm going to go to Lightroom, and I created an album. So now I'm going to swipe over to my drive, go to Photos, select All, and then just drag those over here. So now I literally just dragged photos straight from my SD card, or it could be a hard drive, right into Lightroom itself. Didn't need to go through the Photos app, didn't need to open up the Shortcuts app for a workaround. It just went right in. Now, when Lightroom is updated for iPadOS internally, we won't even need to do the drag and drop. I think it'll be able to just read straight from the drive within the app, so no, we don't have to do the slide over and all that stuff. But just even for now, this workaround is amazing. So, you know, I'm not saying download the beta right now, but if you guys so happen to have it and want to mess around with it, you can actually still benefit from utilizing the SD card and external hard drive and going straight into this app on its own. So that's awesome. All right, so now I'm going to show how this can be beneficial when editing video on your iPad. And we'll open up Luma Fusion. And if y'all edit on your iPad and you ain't using Luma Fusion, fix your life. Download it. It's amazing. All right, so we have it open. Now, really how it works here, if we click this little folder, and you see here you have all the options of how to import, whether it be photos or Narbox, the wireless Western Digital, imported, all this stuff. So once this is updated, I'm assuming if you have a hard drive plugged in, that option will pop up right here along these other options, and you can just easily do that. But since it's not ready yet, you can still take advantage, same way we did Lightroom, slide over. Let's do these two. Let's do multiple, see how that works. Cool, all right, so there they are. They're popped up there. So you can still utilize dragging straight from the hard drive onto the iPad. Now, it would be really cool if you can have all your project files from Luma Fusion on the hard drive itself, so all your media, projects, everything, you're editing right off the hard drive itself like you would a laptop or a desktop. That would be really awesome. Now, there's another way to do this, and with that, we need to start in the Files app, and we're going to go to, on my iPad, Luma Fusion, User Media, and then we'll just add a folder and do HD test. So now that we created that, let's go back to our drive, go to Video, select, I'll just do the two smallest ones, go to Move, and we'll find that folder we just made under Luma Fusion, User Media. Where is it? Oh, I lost it. Oh, there we go. HD test, copy. Let's just go straight over to Luma Fusion, go to Imported, HD test, bam, our clips are right there. So those are two ways that you can utilize taking from an SD card or a hard drive straight into Luma Fusion or Lightroom now. But of course, this is the beta, so most of you guys won't even be messing with this at all. So hopefully, by the time you guys get your hands on this new software, you will be able to do this straight from these applications dedicated on its own, and you won't have to worry about these little workarounds. But this is just showing the possibilities of what's to come. So now that plugging hard drives into an iPad is a thing, these guys right here have become a lot more valuable, and what they are, they're pretty much their hubs, where I'm sure you're familiar with how they work on laptops and desktops, and there's a couple out for iPads, and this one is by SATECHI. Yep, I think. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Yeah, SATECHI. As you can see here, it has a USB-C, USB-A, HDMI, and headphone jack port. So it gives you a couple of options to plug into your iPad where, it only just has that one USB-C port. So there's one thing I want to test. So we can see that one hard drive can be plugged in. I want to try plugging up two. Let's see. This might be crazy. Two hard drives? That's insanity. But let's see. Plug that into the USB-C port.
Here we go.
And while that's popping up, I'm going to grab an old Seagate drive that I have that's USB-A, since that's the only other port that's open is a USB-A port. So, all right. Moment of truth, y'all. Moment of truth. Bam. Two drives. We got two drives going. Look at this. The files are popping up. It's beautiful. We got this. We got files here. We got files everywhere, y'all. It's just popping up from the lefts and the rights and the ups and the downs. This is crazy. Okay, so, like I said, these are going to become a lot more valuable now, where before, this was just a convenient way to plug in an HDMI cable if you wanted a headphone jack. Cool, fun, nice. Now this has real value, y'all. And since, like I said, this only has USB-C and USB-A, you will see a lot more with multiple USB-C ports included now, because look at this. Look. Woo! Now I just have to shoot in a format that's supported on the iPad. Alright, y'all, I gotta calm down. Way too hyped over something that actually should have happened years ago. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, this is just the first video that I'm doing on the iPadOS and iOS 13. Going to cover a lot more things, but this was the main thing that I cared about, so I just wanted to get this video out and test it and show y'all, because I know you guys are curious as well. And hopefully you guys liked this video and you found it helpful. If you have any other more questions regarding all the drives and the goodness of the files and the transferring and stuff like that, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and answer everything that you guys got if I haven't answered it in the video already. And yeah, I'm just going to be plugging stuff up and then moving things around. That's, because why not? All right, y'all, until next time, catch y'all later. Maybe I'll even catch y'all on an external hard drive. Who knows?